Merry Christmas, everyone! This is my final review of the year! Woohoo! Remember, my next reviews are going to be my top 10 list, best and worst. But first up, I thought it'd be fun to look at all the Christmas games that are on the WiiU Eshop. But it turns out there's only two. Two games. You would think that they would fill this thing up with all these Christmas games. But no, only two, that when you type in the search bar Christmas, this is what you get. We're going to be doing Christmas Adventures of Rocket Penguin and the Quiet Collection. So what do you say we review this garbage game and the Quiet Collection? Let's get the worthless game out of the way first. Christmas Adventures of a Rocket Penguin. This is a mobile type game that was released for the Wii U. It's this simple. You're a penguin who needs to put down tracks so it can slide across the world collecting presents for Santa. You have to avoid the monsters who will take away your ice track abilities. Each present that you get will give you more track power you can put down. The goal is to get as far as you can, and that's it. There's a normal and a hard mode. The only difference is the monsters will take away more power from your ice track bar. There's also a multiplayer mode where you and a friend can compete to see who gets the farthest. Now, one of the positives I will say is that I loved the music. See, now that gets me in the holiday spirit, but the game doesn't. I mean, the game makes no sense. Why is a penguin collecting presents? Where are these monsters coming from? You draw lines on the screen to make your tracks, and it worked just fine, but it's not that fun. It kind of feels like a free mobile game that someone tried to get money for. It's so shallow and pointless, it's not worth the $1.99 they're asking for. So please skip this game. Now the other Christmas themed game, the Quiet Collection. This isn't really a Christmas game, but more of a game that has one of the modes based at Christmas time. So it counts, I guess. It was strange to have a game with no title screen. How hard is it to make one? You have this cool opening logo for your company, and you can't be bothered to make one? So when you boot up this title, you have a choice of 4 games. Quiet Please, Quiet Christmas, Vacation Vexation, and Candy Please. Think of them more like chapters. You can choose any of the chapters at any time, so you can do them in any order you wish. The story is all about the same family, and you're controlling the most obnoxious kid. And this is a hard bar to jump over because there's another kid vying for the title of worst character with his kleptomania, must have drank gallons of energy drink attitude. But your character is a whiny, entitled brat who will damage the house and inconvenience other people just so they can have their way. Now, this is an adventure game in pixel art form. You find objects around the house or the town, which you can use to interact with other objects. The main problem is that you can only hold one object at a time. And this can get really annoying as you're constantly dropping one to get another. The girl has 2 hands. Why not use them both? 3 of the 4 chapters use the same level design. Only the items have changed in it. So this is good if you want to know the quickest way through the levels, but bad if you want new places to explore. The first 2 chapters are the worst, which is disappointing because the Christmas chapter is in there. Your character just cannot handle the noise of everyday life, and it's your job to turn off or destroy anything making noise. In this world, it makes total sense to take away your dad's enjoyment of his TV by destroying his antenna, because your sense of need outweighs his. And this is not the only destruction that you'll unleash to get your precious silence in the world. You'll destroy Christmas displays, lawnmowers, rip arms off snowmen to appease your sense of justice against the people who just want to live their lives. I think the Christmas chapter was the better of the 2 chapters where you had to quiet the house. At least it made some sense. You had to get your presents ready, fix the tree, put the stocking up, and get milk and cookies out for Santa. Then there's the vacation chapter where you finally go somewhere new. While there were plenty of new places to explore, you're still an of a character who will mess with anybody who dares inconvenience you. Plus, this chapter finally has something the other chapters don't have, a save feature. Sure, the other 2 chapters weren't that long, but it would have been nice to save occasionally. I did like in this chapter they had mini games. Finally, there was my favorite of the 4 chapters, which was the Halloween themed chapter. You and your brother want to go trick-or-treating, but you need to get costumes first. You're going to have to go around the house to make one. You put all the parts that you find into a wardrobe, and you combine the parts together to make a new costume. There's more than one costume to make, so you can go trick-or-treating in the same locations more than once. I like this because it was interesting to see how I could combine parts of other things to make a fun costume for me or my younger energy drink-fueled brother. But once again, just like the other chapters, you're very selfish. And you're going to even sabotage your own house so other trick-or-treaters won't be able to get your mom's candy that she's given out. Honestly, they should just let you trick-or-treat as yourself, because you're the real monster in this world. This chapter, more than the others, was just the worst when it came to backtracking. Because the lazy character that you're controlling will only hold on to one thing in their hand, you're constantly going back home to put costume pieces in your wardrobe. It just kills the pacing to have to keep going back. However, this one was the most fun because of the costume gimmick. Sure, it sucks to be in the same house again, but at least they let you explore the neighborhood this time. The Quiet Collection was okay. Graphically, it looked alright. It wasn't too hard to see the objects in this blocky world, but making out what they said they were was a bit of a stretch. The gameplay was average at best. There were plenty of times where I had no idea what to do, and just kind of played around with objects until I found the right one. The title is currently selling for $4.99, but if I was to buy it, I would wait until it was on sale for no more than $3. Well, that's my review of the Christmas games on the Wii U. Why don't you check out my last review of Monster High New Goo in School? Or you can check out my classic review of We Wish You a Merry Christmas. I thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe.